Welcome to the manifestation of a dream that we have had for many years now,
for us.
To have our two favorite humans on the planet, Dr. Karen Becker, Rodney Habib, in the same space with us on our page
at the same time.
to talk to the cat community.
Yes, we could talk for a long time just about how you guys are global game changers, best-selling authors, all the stuff and things that you guys are doing. You guys are really the tip of the spear that are helping all of our pets live better lives, and interestingly enough, making better humans out of us while doing that. So instead of wasting everyone's time blabbering on, would you guys please, for anyone that's just now coming out of their cat cave and does not already know you, could you please do a short intro of who you are? Dr. Karen Becker, maybe start with you.
I'm Karen Becker. I'm a veterinarian that loves cats. Rodney, who are you? No,
I'm Rodney. I'm Rodney Habib, and I'm Karen's friend. I'm Canadian, and I love sandwiches.
I do too, Rodney. It's the only food I can make.
Listen, I have a burning question for you two. In all seriousness, I've really been wanting to ask this question for a very long time. Who do you guys like more, me or Karen?
Really?
Wow, that's
Come
a tough
on.
one. I mean,
Come on.
Could we just do like
who's funnier? Who's funnier? But be honest.
Adrian, come on, girl. Come on.
I'm just, you know what's running through my head right now? Is I'm really waking up and saying, do you know what I had a dream about last night? Maybe that's
See, there you go. There you go. So
right.
Listen, we are so very grateful to be guests on your awesome platform. Not only are you two leading the way for helping cat parents be empowered to know enough to make better choices, but you are so gracious in including everyone. You're gracious to dog lovers that just got a kitty and they don't know what they're doing. You're gracious to veterinarians who are trying to learn more about holistic cat care. You're just really great humans. And we're so appreciative that you have dedicated your life to the kitty sector, because to be honest, as you already know, not enough people have done that. So we appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
All right. I'm not going to make this into a huge love fest, but I have to say that was a great question, Rodney. And we'll probably have
Karen.
Well, super too. But I do have
Yes,
to say,
girl.
Dr. Becker, you really have been the tip of the spear for natural pet health for so long. All the slings and arrows, we watch how you move the needle, and it is just such an inspiration to us. It is literally kind of your fault that you think we're such great humans.
It is.
And Rodney, I'm telling you that it is when Jay was like, we need to start making videos.
You are the inspiration behind. So it's like the two of you are like so awesome, because we learned so much information from the beginning from Dr. Karen Becker. And then we were inspired to create content because of you, Rodney. So we take that content and we take that information and we create content on it. So you two are just like,
you guys are crushing it. You're crushing it. You're doing such an incredible job. And we had a love fiesta on the last live that we did, but look at this beautiful.
I can't. Dr. Barry Sands talks about bioentanglement and how when you get frequencies that are similar, this is just Operation Amplification. We have been nuts all day. So excited for this, and so excited that you are coming on our platform to share your beautiful, brilliant minds with our community. I know it's so funny. Let's talk about the book for just a second, because look, you guys. We have been, I don't think there's ever been a book that we've been more excited about. And everyone's like, it's the dog life. And we're like, look at all the pages that we have ear tips.
I love that.
That are specifically going to enhance, enrich, extend our cats' lives. So guys, awesome. This book is and it's gorgeous.
Do you like it? Do you like it?
Oh my God. I feel like you probably spent even more time on the photo. Like, it is so beautiful.
No, the time you spent though making everything so concise.
It's
just so not overwhelming, because I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Jay was talking. What did you say?
We were live with Amanda from Nautical Dog a couple hours ago, and we were talking about this book, and we were talking about how, like, when I have a recipe to print out, I print it out from online, and if it's like 2 pages, even if it's like the second page is just like the nutritional information, I'm like, oh God, this is too much. This is too much.
Yeah.
And this is like it is literally so easy to follow, step by step, little by little. Everything in it is it's so great for us cat parents.
In a world that's all about the 3-second video, this book is going to be the change maker. Like, why we still need books. God bless you guys for doing this. Can I just ask, when did you realize you were going to do the Forever Dog Life?
Yeah.
And how long did it feel good?
Well, I'll give my 2 cents and then Rodney needs to chime in. But so Forever Dog was all the science and a lot of words, because I'm a word girl. And so Rodney went and got the science, and then I went and interviewed the best human longevity experts in the world and had them reverse how can you explain these exceptionally long-lived dogs, and how can we emulate that? Yeah. So over 400 references, a lot of words. Rodney, as you already highlighted, he's a creator and he's a visual artist. And so when people read it, they're like, hey, this is great information, a little heavy, a little science crazy, but where are all the beautiful pictures that Rodney's known for? So people, I think, appreciated the science because we really kind of closed that 20-year gap between human longevity science and veterinary medicine. Fantastic. The downside is 2 common questions. Number 1, where the hell's the cat information? And number 2, where are all those beautiful pictures that Rodney's known for? So right away, people started saying, can you, and then the third question was, hey, that was a lot of information. How do we put these steps into action? How do we make that science actionable? So right away, I think it was pretty clear that we needed to basically have Rodney pare down the information to visual step-by-step instructions that allows everyone, cat lover and dog lover, to be able to appreciate the science in a visual rich format. So Rodney, what's your take on that?
First of all, shout out to Kelly, who says it's gorgeous. You're friggin' awesome. Thank you. Melissa says, I got my book. I love it. Can I just say, like, I am so overwhelmed right now. If you are tuning into this, from the amount of love, our news feeds are absolutely broken. My wall will never look the same again. It's just been like mutilated with love. Can you even put those 2 words together? It's just such an epic thing that's happening right now. And shout out to all my visual learners. The book is a visual, for if you're not a wordsmith, the first book was a lot. Now we've created it for the visual learners of the world. And according to science, that's 60% of us, man. And it was, it should have been the Forever Cat, honestly. That's my dream, and we still have our petition on the wall.
Yeah.
But you don't understand how hard it is to tell a publisher that we're going to make a dog cat book, because like the hell you are, right? So they don't, in the publishing world, it has to be one or the other. They do not like combination books. So we fought really hard for the Forever Dog Life to be cat. We tried to get cat on the title, but boy, oh boy, did we get cat inside there. And they told us that we only allowed an inch and we took a mile. So
we keep telling everybody, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right?
This is a perpetual book. It is definitely perpetual. Yes.
And thank you so much for helping to defend that. We did go to bat for both dog and cat on the cover, and publisher just said no. So thank you for helping to explain that. I know and it really is very actually condescending and rude that the cat isn't on the cover, but we are still pitching for a Forever Cat book. And as soon as we can get the publisher to see that there's enough need and want, that we're doing that, but we're not there yet. So
that's on us, community. That's on us.
That's on us.
Yeah.
Go. Let's get loud.
You guys that are asking where you can get the book, link is in the description here, so you can get it now. And Sissy's going to drop the link. She probably already has.
Yes. Okay. So you guys, I love that you guys. The book dropped 2 days ago. It's already blowing up the globe. It is already number 1 in Canada. It is mind blowing. I think that is going to be a tidal wave that. Yeah, it's just going to keep going, because I feel like so many people don't yet even realize what a game changer this is. I mean, this book is going to not just change how you care for your pet, but it is such a sneak attack for us humans as well. You guys, if you already have the book, read some of the sentences, and instead of saying your dog or pet or whatever in some of those sentences, put, if people are bored and don't have whatever, what it does to their mental health. Just saying, it's a little sneak attack for us humans as well. This is Wow.
Fantastic.
This is just a what, and I can't believe it dropped 2 days ago. You guys have been on a whirlwind tour in Canada. Both landed from flight early this morning, and here you are on our platform talking to all of us cat fans. So let's talk about our cats a little bit.
So let's talk a little bit about. I know something you had said, Dr. Karen Becker, was in an email. You said we need to address the cat community because cats are the most toxic pets on the planet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why. Why?
Yeah. Rodney and I were both really overwhelmed when we interviewed the toxicologist for this book and also Forever Dog. We were both, it was wildly earth-shattering for us to hear that, because we've also seen within the veterinary community, we've seen cat health just landslide over the last 100 years. Kitties have gone from resilient and strong to dying of more lifestyle-related diseases than ever before. Kitties are not dying of infectious, contagious diseases. They're not dying of being, thank God, hit by a car or other ways that 150 years ago animals were dying. Kitties are dying of entirely preventable diseases, which means that should give us pause as to what are we doing with food and lifestyle that could be contributing to not just a shorter lifespan, but as they're alive. Shuby Ann. Shuby's coming to say hi. Do you know why I think that Shuby's showing up? I feel like Shuby's half cat. She's a very cat-like dog. And I think she felt very comfortable to come into this podcast. I think she felt welcome. I think she could sense that you had amazingly welcoming energy. She regularly does not show up for podcasts. So that's very sweet that she's here.
Well, Shuby. Is her middle name really Ann?
Yes.
Yeah, Karen graced her with the middle name.
Yes.
Yes. Can you name some of those preventable diseases? Because I think that a lot of us are thinking like, oh no, well, I mean, name some of them. So
Okay. So we know that 3 out of 4 kitties will eventually have some renal dysfunction. So the question is, are they born with dysfunctional kidneys? Now, certain breeds can have predispositions. There can be renal hypoplasia. There are some breeds, some purebred kitties that have single nucleotide polymorphisms. That's a fancy word for a genetic variation that causes them to have renal dysplasia. They're born with kidneys that are not quite right. But we know that. We can test for it. We can check their DNA, and we can check blood work, as we should be doing as proactive cat parents. We can check blood work and determine that early on. We can run an SDMA at 6 months of age and be like, okay, I've got a kitty that probably has this genetically predisposed kidney disease. So we will begin a proactive kitty preventive supportive protocol now. So my kitty's not going to have chronic degeneration for the time that he or she has left. 99% of kitties, that's not their fate. What happens? They're born with strong, resilient kidneys. They're born with kidneys that are functioning just fine. And then we have to pause and say, well, then why are so many of them dealing with this epidemic of kidney disease, kidney failure, and chronic kidney dysfunction? That's on us. That's on our toxic world. That's on the food that they're eating. So hyperthyroidism. 100 years ago, 1 out of every 200 kitties were hyperthyroid. Then it was 1 out of every 100. Then it was 1 out of every 50. And now it's 1 out of every 10. Why is that? Environmental endocrine chemical disruption is causing them to have endocrine diseases. So heart disease, kitties have a lot of preventable heart disease. Kitties aren't born with heart problems. They're not born with dilated cardiomyopathy. They're born with strong, resilient hearts that then degenerate. So when we stop and think about if they've got all these beautiful organs that were blessedly born whole and healthy, and then through life they degenerate, why is that? And we have to stop and think about our environment for sure. And food, of course. So there's a short list or kind of a medium list that I think we should cover. One of the things that I think Rodney was pretty overwhelmed by was the research done by the Environmental Working Group when they tagged kitties with silicone collars. Oh, she
wants to go for a
something
walk.
To say.
She wants to go for a walk.
Not yet, baby. Just a minute.
She's like, isn't it time?
Yeah, look at her. I wish we could like zoom in on her face because she would she's shooting us.
I can already feel. I can feel the look in the back of my head right now.
Yes. So, Rodney is really into stats and figures and numbers, but we both were a little overwhelmed at the fact that when we talked about the fact that kitties are the most polluted pets on the planet, we didn't just arbitrarily think that up. It's been proven because the Environmental Working Group has tested the chemicals in dogs and cats and found that kitties are up to 2 times more toxic than dogs, and they're in the same environment. And so we'll cover why that is. But Rodney, you want to talk a little bit about the kind of eye-opening study that really gave us pause for, and that's one of the reasons that we included the home section, is because our blessed kitties that are, I don't want to say trapped in our homes, but we do kind of hold them captive, even though we take them out on walks and, we maybe have catios. The truth is we keep them in our homes to keep them safe. Our homes need to be non-toxic, because if we're holding them captive in a toxic home, they are going to have repercussions from that.
Right.
Yeah, this is like a huge global issue. Like, we recently did the Mary Berg show. I think that's going to air tomorrow. And she's like a huge cat lover. And I remember her face just hitting the ground when we were talking about the research. It doesn't matter who it is. Anytime you bring up cats and indoor air pollution and indoor VOCs, the environment within the household, cats, man, are always 2 to 5 times more toxic than the dog. Now, the Dog Aging Project just recently posted a study where they were using silicone collars on dogs. Now, there was no cats in this study, but there were dogs. They only put it on them for I believe it was 18 hours, and they had them go around the homes. They came back, and the amount of different types of home cleaners, acrolein comes, by the way, from frying pans. Who knew that those Teflon pans? I remember when Karen walked into my home for the very first time, my mother, you try to tell a Mediterranean woman to put away her Teflon, she'll lose it because they don't want anything to stick. And the first thing that Karen did, came in, bought an entire frying pan set for my mother to put it down, because way back then she knew about those issues. But now more and more research that's coming out, it's unbelievable. Who knew that using these non-stick pans this acrolein was ending up in cats double, triple, if not 5 times more than in dogs. So these poor animals are now being tested. The study that Karen's alluding to is called Pets Are the Sentinel, basically the sentinel beings for environmental pollutants within the home. Scientists are, and we've talked about this before, guys, scientists are testing our pets versus our homes to see how toxic our homes are. And cats are always the most toxic out of any family member in the house. And obviously grooming is a really huge problem.
So do you think that's because they don't get as much outdoor time, or
yes,
because they're smaller?
Both. Yeah, both is right. So it's interesting. I used the term yesterday, off-gassing. Dogs and humans, we're in our home and, we're exposed to the same pollutants, but we go outside and we off-gas. So we can go outside, breathe fresh air. We can go outside, and if we're wearing, toxic clothing, it is able to off-gas in an outdoor environment with better ventilation. If we have kitties that are strictly indoor kitties, they are not able to off-gas. They're stuck in the home that we put them in. So they can't get a breath of fresh air. They can't escape. If they have a raging migraine from the plugins or the air fresheners that we're spraying, if we're cooking on Teflon and we're not using our exhaust fan, and they have to be in a small home where those fumes are present and they are getting a migraine, they can't tell us that they have raging headaches from our cookware. So both, Jay, but the other thing is that because they are so tiny, they bioaccumulate more of these environmental toxins than larger animals. Obviously, the larger the animal, the larger the liver, and the larger their ability, they have more blood supply. They're able to detoxify better than the smaller creatures. Kitties are also fastidious groomers. They love to be clean. And so in addition to whatever you bring into your home, you need to assume is going to end up inside your kitty. So any spray bottle, any product that you're bringing into your home for disinfecting, cleaning, flip it over and read the back of the label. And if it says call poison control, if it says be cautious about getting a topical application, or you need to rinse or wash your skin if that product is applied, you should probably get it out of your home if you have cats, because it's going to end up on your cat. When you are at work and sleeping, your cat is exploring every square inch of your house and then some. They're walking through it, they're laying on it, they're investigating it, and above all, they're sniffing, right? They're nasal breathers. They don't pant. They breathe through their nose. So they are inhaling, they are making physical contact, dermatologic skin contact, and then they are licking it off themselves. Hence their toxicosis status for Environmental Working Group. They are the most polluted pets.
Do you want to know what the newest air pollutant right now in the homes for cats is. I was actually dumbfounded by this, Karen. I sent you the article the other day. Came up by physics.org. I didn't know that in the United States, 40% of Americans, especially people like in lower income situations, 40% of the US population use gas stoves. Yeah. And I didn't know the serious effects right now that are coming out, and the mountains of research that are coming out on gas stoves and these harmful chemicals that unleash when the stove is, apparently these stoves aren't turning off properly either. So they say even when the stove is off, there's like a slow leak. This is ending up in dogs and cats all over the United States. And they believe that this could be the new problem for indoor air pollution. So I never really thought about the gas stove, but obviously they say if you're going to use the oven component of it, that smell of those gases that are unleashed in the air, it could never, look, there's never has been a better time than now to invest in an air purification system. Man, I can't tell you, or that noisy damn little fan that goes above your exhaust fan that nobody ever wants to turn on because it's so damn noisy. You'll do your cat a million favors activating that thing.
Man, we have a gas stove.
I do too. And the food tastes the best on it. Like my mother will tell you, food is 10 times better on a gas stove. But just Google gas stove indoor air pollution and read all the new science studies that are now the mountain of research that's coming out and what that's doing right now in the homes as far as asthma, respiratory issues, and so on and so forth.
Now, here's the deal. Your audience is lovely, but people are going to hear this and be like, oh my gosh, you're totally fear mongering. We're not trying to fear monger. What happens is we get this science and we're like, it's like one more straw. And so I love gas stoves. It's great. You have a gas stove. No big deal. But gas stove plus fluorinated water plus a brand new couch that has stain resistant sprayed on it, those Scotch Guard causes hyperthyroidism because the Scotch Guard protection is this endocrine disrupting chemical. So it's all of these micro traumas that accumulate to over time. Then we combine it with stressful life. We combine it with really terrible food. We combine it with an animal that's not able to exhibit natural movements. They're not able to be outside. They're not able to have environmental enrichment. It's one thing after another that culminates to kitties having these preventable degenerative diseases over time that make us stop and think, okay, what can we do one step at a time to not stress it? When you hear all this, you're like, maybe I shouldn't even own pets. Maybe I'm not worth, I just can't do it all. And we understand that. But that's also one of the reasons that we wrote the book, is that all of us can't do it all, but we can change one thing at a time. So when we run out of the cleaner that we're using, and if it says on the back, call poison control, or you can't pronounce the ingredients in it, don't buy that again. Yeah. It's when you are going, your house stinks and you want to reach for Febreze or an air freshener that you're like, you know what? I'm deciding I'm not going to spray that anymore. I'm going to pivot and choose something natural and non-toxic for my cats. It's just making one decision at a time that allows you to do it at a pace that doesn't stress you the hell out, and that you can recognize I'm doing the best I can with the information I have. But not causing yourself adrenal disease in the process.
Carolyn McCarthy says it best here. You're not fear mongering. You're bringing awareness.
Yeah.
Okay. We need more Carolyn McCarthys.
Thank you, Carolyn. God bless you.
Yeah. Well said. Rodney and Dr. Becker, I feel like that is one of the number one things that's why you're global game changers. You get this information and there's going to be pushback from human beings that are like, oh my God, it's another thing. Oh my God, it's another thing. And yet you still bring the information to us in a compassionate way that brings awareness to the world. Yep. And it is like we might have a gas stove. It came with the house that we bought. Yeah. We don't know how to switch it out. We will. We don't have to
redo our kitchen.
Someday we're going to redo that 1989 white 4-inch tile around that
one day
probably has more toxicity in it than anything that we're going to talk about tonight. But the little things that we can't, like years ago, the glass cleaner, the recipe for the glass cleaner, the floor cleaner, we stopped all of those things.
The Febreze plugins, the candles. Yeah. Oh my God. It was so hard for me to give up my candles at Christmas time.
That video was Karen's idea, and it destroyed every woman all across North America.
Oh, I was like,
Jake was like, once every 3 to 4 years. I think she cried.
I probably cried.
She
I
cried.
was like, what? But now we're like fast forward years later and it's like totally fine, totally normal. You just have to, get over that hump of I'm no longer going to smell that Swiffer wet jet on my floor, that smell, and I'm not going to have those smells that I think you said, I don't remember where you were, but you had said that we associate these smells with being clean.
That's right.
Actually clean.
Do a little piggyback of that because I think a lot of people here probably need to hear that.
Yeah.
So I live in a tiny house in Arizona, and I was just walking by my neighbor's tiny house, and I could tell that they were doing laundry, and I could tell that they had a dryer sheet in there because when I walked by, I'm like, oh, it's that dryer, fresh smell. That is VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Those are volatile chemicals that the industry has created. That fresh scent is an industry created smell that was discovered in the 60s, that if they added sudsing agents, sudsing chemicals, lathering agents, Rodney even fell for this. He's like, my natural shampoo doesn't lather because those synthetic lathering agents, we associate lather and foam and that fresh, breezy scent, clean smell scent with being clean. And that is an industry developed scam. But because we all grew up with it and we associate it with it, when it's not there, we're like, oh gosh, maybe my clothes aren't clean. And the other thing is our clothes can stink if they're not adding in things to cover the smell of our musty, stinky clothes. So adding in vinegar, using vinegar in place of chemicals to hide the smell of your stinky clothes is a really good idea. But because these synthetic fragrances are added into most beauty products, almost all home products, and certainly the vast majority of laundry products, you end up associating the end result of clean clothes with a smell. And it triggers our brain that when we don't smell it, our house must not be clean and our clothes must not be clean. And so it's just as you said, Jay, it's just rewiring yourself. When I first started hearing about the whole pumpkin spice and I had to stop it, and especially fall and Christmas, it's like, what is fall and Christmas without those smells? I'm like, maybe if I just switched to like vanilla lavender, it would be less toxic than pumpkin spice. So that was my rationale, right? I'm like, I'll just try and go down a notch. What we end up having to do is to rewire our brains that we can, and actually in the book, we talk about making simmer pots. And I will tell you that having done that, you can create beautiful smells in your home that are non-toxic. But part of this is just rewiring your brain that you are choosing health over what feels natural and normal for you from a past historical event that we associate in our brain as being warm and fuzzy, or whatever emotional attachment we have with our laundry or Christmas time or whatever else we're associating a smell with, that we're just going to rewire to choose health over some of those patterns that have been less healthy in our past.
Yeah. I have to say, all day I've known that tonight was just going to be a big joy ball. Like, you guys are such a joy ball, full of knowledge, full of beautiful stuff. But I also thought tonight is going to be a game changer. It's going to change someone's life in some way, because that's just how you guys roll. And the sudsy thing, the revelation of the sudsy scam, I'm sure is just
no. Hey, someone in the comments said to me, vinegars, then your clothes smell like vinegar. Okay, hang on one second. Let me tell you how you get rid of the vinegar smell. Hang on. Let me go show you what I use.
We have this in our laundry room right now because of the last live that she did.
We should have brought her.
Or was she with Mama B?
She might have been with Mama B.
Remember, but
VOCs will ruin your life once you start picking up on them, man. Like now, like when we were in Toronto doing our media tour yesterday, how difficult was it to go into an Uber car and they've got the little pine air freshener sitting there and all you can smell. I know these poor Uber drivers are trying to do their best to make it smell like the best car in the world. Yeah, yesterday, Karen, when we left the restaurant, Carlos, the Uber man, the whole thing was a VOC riding shack. And, it's really hard not to tell people about it. It's like, holy moly, man. But this is sort of the global issue that we have worldwide with people. Our homes have never been more polluted. Environmentally, like environmental air pollution issues indoor have never been more polluted than now, according to the World Health Organization. 90% of countries don't have clean air, according to the World Health Organization system. So, when you get this data, and Karen had alluded to, it's it's not about, oh my God, we're all going to die. It's, hey man, I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to take this information and I'm going to build the best home ever for me, my family, my children, everything, so on and so forth. And that's why it's really important, if you are listening to this and you cannot afford an air purification system, in the book, or go on the CDC's website, because it was the CDC in 2020 that showed people how to do this. I'd love to take the credit for it. And then the University of California, Davis, with the Corsi Leventhal leveling up the air purification system, you can build a DIY air purifier for under $30. And they're more effective, according to these published studies, than some of these $1,000 units. And so like Karen will tell you, I built one for my family upstairs. It's right in the living room.
It is. Let me tell you, it's ugly as hell. But if you do not have an air purifier, if you don't have one, honestly, take your box fan and build one for $30. You can build one. Yeah. And if I could tell every cat lover listening to this one thing, if you are not filtering your home air, even if you're in a green, even if you use no chemicals, as Rodney alluded to, we live in a toxic world now. So unless you're like on a mountain in Montana, you probably should have a home air purifier. And if you can't afford one, you can build one for under $40. And the man that invented it is Dr. Corsi Rosenthal, two doctors that created this. Rodney did decide that when he adopts his next kitty, he's going to name it Corsi Rosenthal. And I think that that's beautiful.
I think that's beautiful.
Did you just make that up, Dr.
No,
Becker?
no. In fact, we talk about
it's two people. It's Dr. Corsi and then Dr. Rosenthal from the University of California did put it together.
Kitty will be Corsi Rosenthal.
But I said I will name my cat.
Yes,
Corsi
he will.
Rosenthal.
Okay,
just
so
because it's the greatest invention in the world. Sorry, go
take
on.
a mason jar, fill it up with vinegar. It smells like vinegar. Doesn't smell amazing. Just plain old cheap white vinegar, the cheapest you can buy. Every lemon and lime and orange that you peel, you shove those peels right on in there. And I just, I put some basil. Now this has been fermenting for 6 weeks. So it looks not amazing, but it smells so that I put fresh basil in and I put fresh rosemary. Not only does it not smell like vinegar, it smells like a citrus grove and it's totally non-toxic. And it makes your laundry smell amazing. So if you would like your laundry to smell something beyond just regular, and you're using unscented, natural, biodegradable, organic laundry soap that will not sud, which we know now we don't have to have sodium lauryl sulfate or any of the other sudsing agents in there, you can put a little dollop of this into your washing machine and or dryer, and that will take the place of you needing to use dryer sheets that are totally toxic, as well as scented laundry detergent, which is not good for you or your kitties that are laying on your scented laundry detergent residue. So if you let this ferment, the vinegar scent goes away and you're just left with like a beautiful fresh smell that is non-toxic. Yay.
Can I say
we have that in our laundry room right now because of that vibe that you did with Mama. And I just so happened to have a basil plant that was like flowering and all of that. And I was like, oh, I'm taking all of this, I'm putting it in there. Yes.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
It's about baby steps, because I'm gonna be honest with everybody here that might be being like, oh my God, I buy my laundry detergent in bulk. Like, how am I gonna, right? You know what we did is we would go and we would get, initially, now we're making our own, but initially we would go and get like the naturalist laundry detergent.
Naturalist.
Ever. Naturalist is a word.
We say that in Canada.
Yes, in Canada. It's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm from Michigan, so I'm right over the border. Okay.
So it works.
So the naturalist laundry detergent we could find, which was always super, super expensive.
Yes.
And that is what we would wash anything that our cats would touch, our bed sheets, the
cheapest,
blankets, and then the cheapest,
most chemical, whatever for ourselves.
Because
we couldn't afford both, right? We didn't know how to make your own, and we were like, but we have to take care of our cats, so they get stuff. And we did it with dish soap too. It was like, if we're washing our dishes, we'll use the cheap stuff, and if we are washing theirs, we're going to use the expensive stuff,
right?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say it's about starting somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Baby
and
steps.
we do. I do appreciate you saying that. When we do tend to take better care of things we love instead of ourselves. All of us do. We spend more money on our furry babies than we do. We feed our furry babies better than we feed ourselves, all of those things. But if we can begin to recognize that we have to maintain our health in order to be able to care for our babies to the best of our ability, we owe it to ourselves to include ourselves in that circle of love, so that we are so our brains are working our best, our bodies are functioning to the best of its ability. So we're able to, out of overflow, take the best care of those around us. And we're not going to be able to do that if we are polluting our bodies and in an attempt to preserve our kitties' bodies. Not to mention, our kitties are still, if those products are in your home, according to research, your kitties are still being exposed to them. So as you use them up, you can replace them with non-toxic alternatives, which is really yes.
And this is why this book is such a great sneak attack for us humans, because it does. There's something about being like, oh, well, I'm going to take better care of our cats, right? But then it's about realizing, why am I not doing that for me? Why am I not getting physical stimulation? Why am I?
But the cool thing about this book, the cool thing about this book is that you can do this for like a lot of this with the stuff that you already have in your pantry. Like it is not, you teach us how to do this without spending that extra money. We could have done this a long time ago for both us and our cats on that budget of ours, which, most cat parents are, because, cats are like,
of course,
once you pop, you can't stop. Going. So we just, keep rescuing cats and keep rescuing cats, and then they take up all of our paychecks. But this shows us how to do it for ourselves and our cats, for our whole home, on a budget, like without spending all that extra money. And that's the beauty of, and simply
the DIY laundry soap is in here, you guys.
Yes.
People are asking, this is why this book is, it's going to literally a new pet Bible.
The environment is really, really important, right? Like it's, in fact, arguably people argue that getting the environment right may be more important than getting the food right. I mean, equally, obviously, if you can attack both at the same time, improve the bowl, improve the house, better bowl, better home, you're winning, right? But I can't tell you how many people over the years when we wrote the Forever Dog book will come back to us and say, I've been feeding my dog raw since day one, and he developed lymphoma at 4. How is that possible? I'm feeding the best food in the entire world. How did my dog get cancer at 4? And then lo and behold, the environment was just a disaster, including the lawns outside to what's going on inside the home. And so you can't forget the environment. Dr. Kendra Pope said it best. Genetics loads the gun. The environment pulls the trigger when it comes to cancer. And you gotta always watch out.
Yes. And it that kind of makes all of our hair stand up, because the incidence of kitties and nasal adenocarcinoma, nasal cancer in kitties, and oral squamous cell carcinoma off the charts. And if you overlay the incidence of nasal cancer and oral cancer over the environmental toxicity load in our homes over the last 50 years, they're frighteningly similar. So when we think about our kitties having exposure to some of these things, we have to stop and start thinking about what can we do to begin minimizing if we adopt adult kitties, and if they've had that exposure, we need to be thinking about detoxification strategies, as well as what we can do to their current home, minimizing that. Now, I want to address 2 things in the comment section. Lots of people saying, isn't citrus toxic to kitties? I'm so glad that we brought this up. So first of all, woohoo! So kitties don't like the smell of citrus, but just so you know, I have kitties, and if you're using this in your laundry, when you pull out your clothes, and if Jay and Adrian, if you guys are using this, when you pull out your clothes, it's not like it's an overwhelming lemon bomb. It just makes it smell fresh, but it's not overwhelming. But let's back up and talk about this. I'm not going to call it a myth, because the research is sound. There is an extract from the rind of limes called D-limonene. And in the 40s and 50s, this extract, D-limonene, there's D-limonene and there's DL-limonene, 2 different isomers of the chemical compound that was discovered in lime skin, lime rind, that is a quite potent chemical for disinfecting. And it was discovered in the 40s, I believe in the 40s. And D-limonene has been used in all sorts of, not just industrial purposes. It's used in biomedical purposes. D-limonene is used in a lot of cleaning applications, disinfecting applications. But D-limonene, then they found it in limes, but then researchers were able to replicate that molecule in the lab. And this is where the toxicity thing started with kitties. In the 60s, when they figured out that they don't have to use lime-based natural extract of D-limonene that they can reproduce it in a laboratory. Synthetic D-limonene started to be used for all sorts of applications, including some veterinary applications, including some dips that were used for external parasiticides, like for ticks, fleas, lice. D-limonene was one of the things that in the olden days, veterinarians used to help with external parasites. The synthetic, potent, really strong D-limonene, when applied to when cats were dunked in D-limonene, it's called a dip, it caused some cats to have really bad reactions. First of all, it's full strength dip that they were using on cattle, and then we used it on dogs, and we're like, oh, heck, if it works for them, we'll try it on cats. Didn't go well. When you're using lab-based, synthetically created D-limonate at full strength, don't do that. You could kill your cat. And we learned that, which is where the warnings came out in the late 70s saying, don't use synthetic limonene on cats. Don't do that. And I will tell your audience, don't do that. But from that blessed learning curve, the take-home message was all limonene, including just the natural essential oil found in a lime. I have clients that won't bring limes in their house because they're like, hell no, I got a cat. Right. Well, I'm like, okay, listen, where did this fear come from? And the fear came from veterinarians saying, hey, we were taught in vet school not to use D-limonene on cats. That's right. And veterinarians in the audience or that your listeners are saying, yeah, we're not supposed to use D-limonene on cats. Don't do it. None of us do. It's a toxin to cats. Limes are not toxic to cats, but I will tell you, cats don't like the smell of citrus. So that's one of the reasons I will use it on my furniture. Like with clogged kitties, I use it as a deterrent because it's certainly not toxic, but my cats are like, nope. So I'm not afraid of toxicosis, but I use it as a deterrent. If you need a deterrent for kitties, it is a natural deterrent. If you add a drop of lime essential oil to your laundry, are you going to toxify your cats? No. If you're diffusing diluted citrus in a water diffuser, are you going to toxify your cats? No. As long as it's pure human grade, medical grade essential oils, you are A-okay fine. Now, if you don't like the smell and you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I'm just here to dispel the myth that citrus toxic to cats. It isn't. But don't dip your cat in synthetic D-limonene. Okay, done with my spiel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to
we get that question
video
every
and just
time.
send it to everybody.
Yeah.
Every time we say anything about.
Every time we discuss, because we do the same, we always say, you want your cats to stop scratching your furniture. One of the ways that we can do this is use a natural citrus spray on your furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And we always get that.
Can I just say real quick, I love this comment so much because Mary Turnbull, you are why we are here tonight. She said, okay, honestly, I wasn't going to buy this book because of the title. I'm not a dog person. I don't have anything against dogs. I just prefer cats. I think you may have sold me on buying this new book. Now, not to say that this is all about buying the book. This is about exposing our entire community to the beautiful knowledge that you guys are sharing with every pet lover around the globe. But it is so important for us cat people to realize just how much invaluable information is in this book for our cats. But that citrus rant literally has my heart just like.
Okay, so I love this. So, and I also love that your beautiful cat community is like, okay, this all makes sense. And listen, let's just stop and address the elephant in the room. What an amazing kick-ass video you made of your bouncy tuna fish edible.
Did you see it?
So beautiful. That was the best video ever. So beautiful.
You should have seen Jay when she was like, look at this recipe.
It's so awesome.
Oh my God.
The way they were bouncing, the way that you guys had them bouncing, man, they were absolutely awesome. Those things are like the world's greatest creations. And if you do the research on gelatin, 98 to 99% protein, highest amino acid source of glycine, which is responsible detoxifies environmental pollutants, because that's what we're talking about today, man. Protects the liver, protects the brain.
Amazing for joint, skin, and coat. Like it's
amazing
just awesome.
For joint, skin, and coat. Like you're making the most incredible ball in the world. Yes. By the way, FYI, while you guys were talking and Becker was on a rant, I usually start doing research. I dropped in the comment section, folks, the latest study pertaining to the environment, what's going on with cats. You'll see 5 times the level of mercury that can be found in cats today. And so it's for my science junkies who love science, this is the most recent and most up-to-date study done on cats and what's going on in today's cat. It is definitely worth a read. We talked about this before. One of the points, if you go deep into this paper, and it's a paper all talking about animals, it's flea collars. I didn't realize how important flea collars still are. I didn't think people were still using flea collars. Like, I mean, who the hell uses flea collars? But I see my neighbors and everyone in the neighborhood, they have these little white collars going around on their cats. I know now some of my local box pet stores are promoting them as breakable flea collars to be safe. 6 times the increase in the development of mouth cancer. Mouth cancer, putting those things on your pets. But again, we're talking about some of these issues that you should be aware of. Have a read for my science junkies, that link that I dropped in there. See, Karen brings out Moses. I bring out science.
Dr. Becker. Okay, so we literally have about 5 minutes left. Okay, so let's drop this. You guys, I love that everyone is here for all the knowledge and all the joy. But there's also some giveaways.
Yeah, so let's talk about, I mean, if we want
down.
Let's talk about a few things that
for the next 4 hours,
yes,
please.
well,
We need 4 more hours, Rodney. Is that okay?
And like some steps that we can take, right? Like the cat beds. We might not all be able to go and get a new couch, but maybe our cat beds are toxic. Their food dishes are toxic. Their toys are toxic. And Dr. Karen Becker has graciously come up with, purchased these awesome things for a giveaway for you beautiful people. So can you show us a little bit of
I can. So the reason that I bought that we bought these things for our cat community is because many people don't know that those brightly colored cat toys are made with, unless it says all natural fruit dye, and good luck finding that. You can find them, but if it doesn't say all natural fruit dye, which means when you put that flaming orange or bright green or bright purple feather in water, it's going to just disperse with that because it's blueberry dye, which is very rare and very expensive. Those synthetic colors are consumed by our kitties. So I just wanted to find unsprayed, non-toxic, all natural cat toys, and I couldn't find any. I also wanted to find, if you have a cat bed from Walmart, it has probably been sprayed with flame retardants. What you can do is you can buy an organic towel and put it over the top of it and just wash that towel once a week, throw it in the laundry and wash it. You can cover your current toxic bed with an organic cotton throw or towel or pillowcase. That's one option. But what I did, I'm big into sustainable living, and I'm big into supporting women doing what they can to bring themselves out of their current situations in third world countries. I found a lovely group of women in Nepal that take boiled wool and make cat toys. And I have an adorable video. I know I mailed some to you. You guys like them? And what I wanted to do, so I had these beautiful women make cat toys, and then we use your cat snip spray on the boiled wool mice, and the cats go crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. So we use the kitty cracknip on our organic, chemical-free, all-natural cat toy, and it's the best replacement for current toxic cat toys. The second thing I did, I asked these beautiful women to make me boiled wool cat caves, and I want to give your community some of these, we're going to raffle off. I don't know how you guys do it, but you're going to raffle off some of these really beautiful, all natural, chemical-free boiled wool cat caves to your community. And I have 304 stainless steel water bowls and food trays for your babies. And so we got Yeti, the Yeti stainless steel company, to make us cat bowls and cat plates. And we just want to give some to your community. So I don't know how you do it, but you have to help us.
Okay, so Rodney, I just want to say, Rodney, what does that say?
Listen, I wish I could. I wish I could zoom in on these Becker.
Gorgeous. We can see how shiny and beautiful.
Drop these Forever Cat tags.
Those are just little cat charms. If you don't have to put them on your cat collar. I actually don't keep collars on cats.
Put on your keychain.
Exactly.
I put mine on my keychain.
Exactly. It's a keychain. It says Forever Cat. And really what that is for me, we made Forever Dog tags and we made Forever Cat tags. And what it is for me, that's exactly, I put it on my keychain. Actually, I have it in my rearview mirror. It's a reminder to me, Forever Dog. People say, your dog's not going to live forever. What a stupid title. Or why do you say Forever Cat? You're making promises. No cat's going to live forever. Of course not. Forever Cat and Forever Dog and the hashtag Forever Cat is our promise to ourselves that we will be the best cat parents we can be with the knowledge we have, with a commitment to every day wake up and make a promise to our cats that we will continue learning and putting what we learn into practice to improve their quality of life, their emotional well-being, and their physical well-being, because their life is in the palm of our hands, and it's up to us to do the best we can. It's a promise we make to ourselves and to our cats that we are going to do our part in creating a forever cat. So we made forever cat tags as a reminder to ourselves.
And so if you guys want to enter to win, you need to purchase you got to show proof of purchase of the Forever Dog Life. So links to Target, links to Amazon are in the description here. Sissy is dropping
Amen
as
is
well.
right, Ruth Ann.
I see so many people that are already like, got the book. And then just come back and comment with hashtag Forever Cat.
I see the hashtags
and
coming
we
in.
will do a drawing.
Like literally in the next few moments. I know we were trying to keep this a little bit shorter than usual, but we're already going a little bit over. But I have to say, Dr. Becker, Rodney Habib, just that whole the tags that would like literally almost made me cry just now. And I'm pretty sure you probably made someone watching cry, because it is, I love that us humans get together because we have this beautiful commonality, like everyone in our community. I think our community is it's just so beautiful. The pet health community is just so beautiful because it's humans looking past our own imperfections. And it is, you guys, back to the book just for a minute, because I am so hopped up on Goosebumps about it. This book, it isn't overwhelming. It literally is about the joy of gelatin balls. You guys, it is about finding, I don't know if this is, we can't get into this, but our energy when it comes to making that commitment to our cats and dogs every morning when we get up to do our best, that needs to come with a little dose of joy. If it comes with, oh God, check this, check that, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, Adrienne. Yes.
It does. It's a different vibration. You guys, this is bring the joy balls on. Bring the
joy balls.
Listen, you've never been so fired up about balls in your whole life, girl. I know you haven't. This is it. This is the peak of your ball joy. This is it.
This is the moment.
Yes.
I'm so glad you guys are here for it, and it's your fault.
I love it. We'll take it. We did this together, and I'm just so happy that your commitment to kitties, your community is so passionate about doing the best they can for their kitties, that they are fully in and fully committed, and they want forever cats. They will wake up every morning and say, boy, I'm doing the best I can, and I wish I knew more, or I'm going to learn more today. But right now I am coming wholehearted, open-hearted to do the best I can for the kitties in my life. And I'm going to make today better than yesterday. And that is all we can do. And that is what we're all doing right now. And you are leading the charge with us. And we appreciate all that you are doing. We really do.
Amen.
I'm already close to crying, Dr. Becker. Please stop. Just to bring it back, before we do the giveaway, Karen Denny Smith, my beautiful friend, said, as long as they aren't sweaty balls.
Yeah. Ew. I think you made tuna balls, right? No, you made made sardine balls. Yeah. Not sweaty balls. Yeah, even better. Better.
So
we let a few of them go, and then we got distracted, and then the next day we were like, what is that?
Ooh, yes.
It was not fully.
She found one underneath
Easy to mitigate.
Yes.
Totally worth the joy.
Yeah. So, use something less smelly than sardines as well.
Right.
There you go.
We just chose sardines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for a giveaway?
Are you ready for a giveaway? Watch this, you guys.
This is ready for a giveaway.
We learned this from Brad at Steve's Real Food. Watch this.
Okay.
It is the coolest giveaway.
Ready? There's 32 entries, and 32
ever.
is my favorite
Is
number.
this a spinning wheel?
Let's do it.
Of course,
ready?
you already know.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for it?
Ooh, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. And you guys are in Vegas. This is so Vegas-like. I love it so much.
Oh, my
The winner is
gosh.
Oh,
Apple the Golden.
Apple the Golden. We just got to meet Apple at Super
last year.
Yay, Apple.
Yay. Okay. Winner number
This is
one.
awesome.
All right.
It
all
is
right.
awesome.
Okay.
I hope
Yeah.
my mother's on this list.
That's winner number one. Let's do it
try
again.
it.
Let's do it
Would you-
again.
4.
I love this. Come on.
Here we
Oh,
go.
I love this.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now.
And
Dedicated feline enthusiast.
Dedicated feline enthusiast.
Oh,
So awesome.
Listen, you're missing the
This-
music. Where's the music in this?
I know.
It needs some music.
does.
Game
It
show
does.
music.
we can get Jay to sing while she does the
Oh,
next
I
one.
can. I
Okay.
can.
Just
Um,
upload. Yeah, you gotta get some music on this slide, like game show, Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune. It'd be perfect.
I love this.
Yeah. Jeopardy. It still works. It still works.
Whatever. And
Jan.
Yay!
Yay, Jan!
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Sissy's writing all this down in the
Look
back.
at this.
All you have to do,
Thank you.
just so you guys know, we've got one more, but just so you guys know, all you have to do for you winners is just send proof of purchase to info@twocrazycatladies.com. That was the other ticker. Info, INFO. Sissy's going to drop the email address here. Info@twocrazycatladies.com with proof of purchase and your shipping address, and you are a winner.
So
Congratulations.
awesome.
This wheel is
This
like,
is so
man, it keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Oh,
It
I
is.
love this.
It's an
It's very
intense wheel.
addicting.
It's
I
It's fun.
know. We could do
It's
this
so
all
fun.
night.
It's true.
We need
Come on.
LDS.
Yay!
Okay, on YouTube. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So
guys.
cool. That is amazing. It's
I'm
Give me
amazing.
anxiety. I want everyone to win.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Yes.
This is really fun.
Yay!
Yeah,
guys.
that was
Yes.
no, you know what, real quick, because we have so many beautiful rescues, like rescue and people in
Cat
PNR,
lovers in the trenches.
people in the trenches, people that are literally just people dump
Yeah.
cats at their house left and right. It's the 6th of June and they've already spent all of their money on their cats for and caring for their cats and their mortgage to keep their cats. So we want to give away, let's do 3 books. I want to buy 3
Aw.
Let's
that
go. Let's
for
do
those of you
it.
guys that want the book, that can't
Hashtag
afford it right now, just
book.
hashtag book. Hashtag
Hashtag book. Let's
That's
go.
And
beautiful.
comment, and we
Okay.
will.
Yeah.
Let's
we
give them a
will-
couple minutes to drop
Come on,
some.
give me a heart, Facebook.
That is
Come on.
that's beautiful. Maybe it'll
I can't get a heart. Only the crazy cat ladies
I
can
know.
get it. I can't do it.
We're about to. We're about to.
that's really
only goes for.
that's
an hour.
really beautiful, guys. Thank you for gifting the book. That's a great gift for people who can't afford it and who want additional knowledge. It's beautiful. Nicely done. Crystal added, Anna added,
rescue. There,
Lizzie,
and in
Yes.
rescue. Oh my gosh.
Diane,
I just wanna say
beautiful.
one thing from this, dropping this. The collective gratitude that we all have for your dedication and your stamina to continually, constantly, without fail and with joy, bring us all more information all the time. You are our biggest inspirations on so many.
Aw.
I can't wait to see you guys in Vegas. We're just gonna have like the
know.
biggest love hug.
Push your faces
Yeah.
to my bosom. I'm
Yeah,
so
we're gonna see you in a
Let's-
month.
I know.
I'm so
Just
stoked.
amazing. So amazing. I can't wait.
it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic.
Yeah, we got to do a live show together. All together. It would be awesome.
You just
In
gave me
real
butterflies
life.
like no boy has.
We're gonna
had.
do it. We're gonna have like podcast mics, and we're gonna sit down all together and look each other. We're gonna have like a beautiful production, and we're gonna do something epic.
You remember
100%.
years ago when we were before the world shut down and we were trying to.
You
so
guys were
hard.
coming here.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, you're the only boy that gives me those kind of butterflies. So let's do a book club.
That's right. Here we go.
Get it out there. Are you ready for it?
Woohoo.
Listen, this is so awesome.
This
It is
so-
awesome.
Yay, Kyla! Yay!
Your profile pic is epic.
So
I'm
for those
looking
of you
at that
guys
right now. It looks like Game of
the
Thrones.
book giveaway, just shoot us an email at info@twocrazycatladies.com and send us your shipping address, and we will send that.
Yep.
The
2
books
more.
out.
Crazy Cat Ladies
Two
are so
more.
damn
Let's try
awesome.
again. It is
It's so fun.
addictive.
It's
It's
so
so
fun.
much fun.
It's like
It
we're not
is.
people, but this feels like gaming.
Yeah.
It is. It
Like-
is. The suspense is overwhelming.
Yay,
Yay,
Emma!
Emma!
Yay!
Congratulations,
I love this.
One more.
I love this.
This is a love festival of all love festivals.
It's so much fun.
It slows down. Man.
Oh,
Yay, Mary!
Marie!
Oh,
Nicely done.
congratulations to all the winners.
Yes.
Huge thank you
This
for
is the
everyone
best.
joining us tonight. This has felt like the Christmas of cat health for us all day. We love you guys so much. We just love you so much, and we're so grateful.
So great.
Thank you. 2 days after the book dropped, that's going
You made
bonkers
time.
all over the world. You're
Exhausted.
the cat
Made
community.
time for
Thank you.
us. It's past your bedtime, Rodney.
Little-
It is.
It's getting, you can see the darkness here because I think I'm 200 hours ahead of you guys because of time zone. But
It's like-
man, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked.
Yes. We appreciate you. We appreciate your beautiful platform. We appreciate uniting the whole, your passion is cats, but you're so welcoming to everyone, and you are gracious and open and inclusive. And that really is the only way we're going to move things forward, is coming together with that spirit of really understanding that we all are getting past ourselves and loving the creatures in front of us. And we do it best collectively all together. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
We learned that from a beautiful veterinarian. What was her name? Who was this?
Mwah.
Dr. Rodney Habib, maybe?
You might be right. You might be right.
I love that guy.
I
I
can't
love
wait
that guy.
in a month. Thank you for all of you. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone that joined us. For all the winners, please shoot us your information. We cannot wait for you to get these winnings in your hands. And please go have a love fest with your babies. Carry
Yes.
this on. I love you guys so much. And we'll see you
Yes.
all very, very soon.
Yes, we love you. Mwah.
Dr. Sutter,
Bye, everybody.
love you.
I love Dr. O.